Michelle, and today I've got for you a super quick little feel-good feet and straps workout. So, it won't take very much time. We'll just get down and get our feet in the straps, which is usually everybody's favorite part anyways. So, if you want to just cut out the rest and get straight to the good stuff, then this is for you, okay? So I've got 2 red springs on, 2 heavy springs. You're welcome to do a little more or a little bit less. Everybody's a little different. The lighter the springs are, the more it'll be about kind of the front of your body. The heavier they are, you have to work the back of the body a little harder. Okay, so you pick your perfect springs, come down onto your back, grab your straps, push off the foot bar, get one foot in at a time, put a little pressure on, and then you're all set, okay? You can have your headrest up or down, whatever's more comfortable. Kind of settle in, make sure your hips are centered, legs right out in front of you, parallel. Okay, I'm gonna be in a neutral spine. Inhale, you're gonna float the legs towards the ceiling, and then exhale, press back to where you started, okay? And this breathing is just a suggestion. If you want to connect a certain breath to a certain movement, you're welcome to follow that or just breathe naturally, however feels best to you. Okay, now we're only reaching the feet as high as they can go without our sacrum or our tailbone coming off of the mat. Okay, if it does, we kind of lose the essence of the exercise, which is that length through the hamstrings. Yeah, now this time let's float the feet up to the ceiling and stay. So however high they can go with your hips heavy. Now don't move your carriage, just sweep your feet to the sides, keep tension on the ropes, and then come back together. Do that 2 more times. So keeping your neutral and keeping the carriage still is what we want to focus on. Now keep the feet together and press them back where we started. Yeah, let's do that again. So now making sure all while we're doing our feet in straps that we're never hyperextending and locking out the knees. So feel like you have a really slight little micro bend behind the knees at all times. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, little open and closes. You can open your feet as wide as you'd like to go as long as you can keep your neutral. And then press the legs back front. Whew. Very nice. All right, now let's externally rotate. So our heels are gonna come in, toes apart, and then we'll go ahead and bend just like a frog and then press back forward. Yeah, really feel the heels connecting tightly against each other, almost like you've got like a lottery ticket or a little note between your heels that you don't wanna drop. Yeah, that's gonna help really light up that whole inner thigh area. So it's less like we have 2 separate inner thighs and like one endless circuit of a single inner thigh. Okay. All right, now come in and pause. So come into that bend of your knees right about over your hips. Now let's see if we can extend one leg to the side. So we end up in this stag shape without our reformer moving, and then we squeeze the heels back together. And then do the other side. So we're really practicing that stability of the spine and pelvis while we take one leg away from our midline. Yeah, let's do that a few more times. Re-squeeze every time those heels come together. Yes, so not allowing the body to roll off the machine towards the straight leg. All right, press your legs back out long. Now we're gonna get to that same stag shape while moving. So I want you to bend one knee, end up in that same relationship, and then we're gonna move the carriage to bring the heels back together. Yeah, and this whole time you can just kind of have the feet however is comfortable. You can leave them pointed, leave them flexed. Yeah, if you would like for this one to add a little bit of a coordination challenge, you can think of keeping the straight leg foot pointed, the bending leg, that foot will flex, and then both feet are pointed on the reach. Yeah, so they're both pointed, and then you just have to flex the foot of the bending knee. Yeah, if that's too much to think about, no worries. Okay, so good. Now, stay in this lateral rotation. Let's just take some nice big leg circles. You're gonna reach your feet up in that turned out place, circle to the sides, and then connect back down, yeah? Every now and then, it doesn't hurt to kind of check that we've maintained that little curve under our lower back, yeah? Unless you need to imprint for your own body, that's kind of where we wanna be, yeah? So imagining like you had a little like soap bubble or something just between your low back and the mat. You wouldn't want to squish and pop that bubble when your legs lift up. Yeah, that would mean our spine and pelvis are moving when we really want it to be about the hips. Okay. All right, now let's reverse and go the opposite direction. So now we circle from the sides to come up and through. Good, checking in, making sure you're not holding any unnecessary tension in your neck or your shoulders. Good. Let's do that one last time. All right, press your legs forward. So we've done parallel and external rotation. Let's switch it up and go to internal rotation. So like pigeon-toed, you're going to turn your toes in and your heels out, and then we're going to lift and lower in that position. Yeah, so this is a tricky one. We definitely don't spend as much time here just in our lives and in Pilates as we do in the other ones. Yeah, so you can kind of brace your big toes on each other if that feels good to you. Good. All right, now send your legs long. Let's bend our knees in this funky pigeon-toed position. So the knees will come together under the ropes, and then they'll separate as our legs get back out long. Do that again. Bend. It's okay if this feels tricky. Yeah, just go with it. Keep the best turn in that you can. Yeah, that bracing of the big toes on each other can be a big help. Good. Last two, knees come in between the ropes. Last one. Okay, so good. All right, let's go back to parallel. If you had your headrest up, go ahead and lay it down to flat. Starting in that neutral, we're going to bend our knees to tabletop. Now we're going to imprint the spine, so tuck under, use your abdominals, keep this same shape of your legs, and roll up over onto your shoulder blades. Yeah, there's space between your chest and thighs. Now push down with your heels to roll your spine back down the mat. And then when your legs are straight, you find that neutral spine again. Good, let's do that again. Bend your knees. Now you use that imprint to tuck and initiate that rollover. Kneecaps get right over your eyeballs, and then you roll back through and down. Good. A few more times. It's kind of introducing us to rolling up and over the spine, but keeping the legs a little closer to our center. Okay, now if rolling over is not in your practice, no worries. You can just do some bends and stretches in and out without rolling up onto your shoulder blades. Okay, make sure your chin doesn't touch your chest, and then roll back out long. Okay, so now we're going to go into our short spine. So we're going to do that same rollover, but with straight legs. All right, so I'm parallel. I breathe in and float my legs up. I use that same imprint we practiced to tuck and roll my pelvis off the mat. Now I want to hit the bottom of my machine and reach the top of my position at the same time. Now turn out and bend your knees like a frog. Leave your heels where they are and roll your hips down towards the mat. Your knees open a little bit. Now once you can't go any further, you pull with your heels, roll your tail to the mat, and reach back forward. Whew, that was a lot. Let's try that again. So we turn to parallel. We lift our legs. I use my abs to tuck under. Chin is off the chest. Now bend like a frog. Leave your feet behind and extend your knees. So you get a little hamstring length. Your spine anticipates the pull of your feet and then the reach out. Okay, let's do that 2 more times or more. We'll just keep doing this forever because this is the best. Good. Bend, bend, bend. Let the hips go first and then pull with the feet. Very nice. All right, we're going to try a little different variation now, but it'll start the same way. So lift your straight legs up, roll over. This time we're going to hold here. Now this is going to feel funny, but keep your right leg long and just drop it towards your face. That rope will get slack, and then you're going to lift it up and find the pressure on the rope again. Yeah? Now, while you're doing this, try not to look around. So try not to look at the screen. Just listen to my voice. You don't want to go yanking your head around when you're upside down. So the leg that stays behind keeps the pressure. Good. Now reach both legs back up. I want you to open to hip width apart and externally rotate your legs. Now roll your spine down, keeping your legs long, and then push your feet back forward. Whew, that was a lot. Let's try that again. Now, if for you coming down with straight legs doesn't feel good, you can bend your knees and come down in the same way we did for short spine, okay? Now let's do this again. It's kind of disorienting. It's hard to tell what direction, what's up and what's down, yeah? So just take your time. Your hips shouldn't move from your center line. We'll do 4 total. And then find the pressure with both feet. Roll down through the hips. Oh, I forgot. Separate the hip width apart. My goodness, it's like this is my first time. Roll your hips down and then press your legs out long. Oh, okay. All right, now come back to parallel. I want you to bend one knee to tabletop, reach the other leg to the ceiling, and just grab onto the rope. So kind of pull with your arms to deepen that stretch a little bit. It's okay if you go to more of an imprint or stay in neutral, whatever feels better. And then kind of keep a loose grip on the ropes. So as you push that foot forward to switch, they'll just kind of slide between your fingers. Find this new side and pull gently. Good, do that a few more times. Switching legs so we get a nice hamstring stretch. Get this knee up towards our chest. So good, let's do that one more time. All right, now bring the soles of your feet together. Pinky toes try to touch. Let your knees go out towards the sides of the room, and then hold on to the ropes. And it's up to you. You can try to pull the feet like up towards your face. That kind of feels good. You can try to pull your heels towards the floor and let your hips open a little bit more. So just whatever stretch feels better, yeah? Higher feet is gonna stretch more kind of the back of the hips and the legs. And then dropping the feet down and letting the knees flop is going to be more of an inner thigh hip stretch. Good. Now bring your feet kind of up in between those two extremes and then just take a little gentle rocking from side to side. So roll a little more weight onto one hip and then the other. Whew, very nice. All right. Now we're going to do one last little stretch. So take one foot out of the strap and hang it up. Now take that free foot, reach it over the foot bar, and just like rest your calf or your ankle, whatever can touch on it, and then reach your right leg up, or whichever leg is still in the strap, towards the ceiling. Now, the more you stretch this leg, the further this bottom leg is going to slide over the foot bar. So once you've found a good stretch, kind of press down with that calf so that you can hold on to it. Yeah, you can hold the rope or you can just bring your arms by your sides and then maybe just let that leg tip from one side to the other side just to get a real gentle stretch. If it's too intense, place your foot on the foot bar so you have a little more control. Yeah, calf on the foot bar is a little more intense because that stretch can deepen as we go along, okay? All right, now grab the rope, bend both your knees, cross the strapped ankle over your bottom knee. Now grab the rope with the hand on the side as the rope, push with the other hand on your knee, and just find a nice little figure 4 stretch. So I'm kind of pulling with my rope arm, pushing with my hand that's on the knee, and then take a gentle little rocking, kind of like we found earlier. All right, now let's do those last 2 stretches with the other leg. So use the foot bar, hang this strap up, trade it for your other one. So get your new leg in. So now either leave your foot on the bar if that was better for you, or take your calf onto it. Okay, now you have to kind of breathe and let go of this hamstring tension a little bit. Allow the bottom leg to slide as much as you'd like. And then when you find that sweet spot, push down and then just gently let that leg tip side to side. Yeah, either with or without your hand on the rope, either one. So really push with that calf to stop you from moving. Unless you want to keep moving, that's fine. Good, it's not going to be very large, just little tiny swings side to side. All right, grab the rope, foot on the foot bar, Turn this top ankle out, place it on the knee, grab the rope with one hand, push the knee with the other, and then do a pull and a push with those two arms. Ooh, to stretch out that hip. Give it a little rock side to side. All right, you guys, gently brace yourself, bring the foot down, roll over to one side to help yourself up. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that quick little feet and straps goodness. So if you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, please subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment below if you have any ideas for future videos. And give this video to a friend if you think that they'll like it. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.